Thank you, sir, for the comprehensive and forward-looking address. You have clearly set the institutional context for today's deliberations, highlighting both the opportunities and responsibilities that AI brings to public order. We now move to the technical presentation on the technology and AI initiatives of the CAG of India. This segment will provide insights into the evolution of information systems audit within INDAD and its expanding scope, the institutional safeguards that underpin digital transformation, the enabling infrastructure supporting AI adoption, and capacity building initiatives, AI strategy frameworks, and roadmap for embedding AI responsibly within the audit process. I invite Sri K. Surjit, Director, Office of the CAG of India, who will present the institutional perspective on AI-enabled public assurance. I also invite Professor Madhusudanan, IIT Madras, who will share insights on the enabling infrastructure supporting AI adoption, the Sovereign LLM initiative. May I request both the speakers to kindly take the stage.
Very good afternoon, distinguished guests, senior management of CAG office, and my dear colleagues. So we are here to give a technical presentation. It's kind of a precursor to the upcoming panel discussion. The basic idea behind this presentation is to inform you all as to what is the vision and where we are heading at in the organization. We have been extensively incorporating AI and ML in our audit processes and other business processes. So we'd like to tell you all on as to what are the present projects that are going on using AI and ML, and also on the envisaged projects, the vision that we are planning to do. And nothing, best like this platform as to call all the academia industry partners, other governmental departmental officers, where we can give an assurance as to how securely we deal with the data and how we intend to use technology for the betterment of good governance. With this, I commence my presentation. Our approach to embed AI. So last year in April, we had come out with an AI strategy framework document. So this lays the groundwork, the vision, the strategy framework as to how to incorporate AI in our business processes. Across the world, there are many supreme audit institutions, as we call in the international community, the CAG offices across the world. So very few have got the strategy framework published in their respective countries. SAI India is one of them, wherein we lay our trust on 4 foundational pillars. One is using technology, AI, ML in our audit processes and other business operations. The second would be to audit the AI systems, applications which are being used by various governmental departments. The third is on the capacity building aspect, without which we wouldn't be able to do 1 and 2. And the fourth would be to do an extensive R&D in the area of AI/ML, and then on to create an enabling infrastructure to support all the other activities. So this foundational framework is going to help us and guide us our vision of embedding AI into our business process. I'll be talking in detail on the tech-based audit that we presently do and then we plan to do as well. The IS security, this is going to showcase on what are the security measures that are in place by the organization of CAG in order to handle the data in a safe and secure manner. The capacity building initiatives, we are a strong workforce of 45,000 employees across 140 plus offices across the country. And in order to incorporate AI into our business process, it wouldn't be possible if not for the staff to build the acumen of AI into their business process. Then the enabling infrastructure, how we are going to deal with this massive change, and on the information systems audit, where we are heading. So SAI India, the CAG of India, has been doing information systems audit. So these are the various IT applications being operated by the government in order to give an assurance on the governance controls, system controls, and the validation controls. So this audit is to ensure that the IT application created and being operated by any government department is a proper, fullest correct application which can be used by the public for effective service delivery. So we have been doing this particular audit since the 2000s. More than 500 plus reports have been laid in the parliament. Very important and huge IT applications like IT business applications, income tax business applications, GST and IRCTC. Right now we are doing the GEM application. So all these applications have been audited and given an assurance by the Comptroller and Auditor General of India. And we felt the need that we must go beyond the scope of IT audit into the area of cyber security audit as well. Given the scenario of a lot of cyber attacks, the threat actors who are acting in the cyber defense area, cyber area, we felt that over and above the certain empaneled auditors who are going to do an annual audit on the IT application and give an assurance on the cyber security of an IT application, CAG must also be giving an independent assurance on the cyber readiness of any department. So this year we have started with pilot cyber security audits in two major applications. Once the report is published, we'll all be knowing. We realized that that was more than enough, but until we did this audit, and now we are dealing with more than 800 TB of structured data. We have not included the unstructured data, images, documents, etc. Have we included that, more than TBs. So, and then we have now moved towards cloud infrastructure, wherein we are going to get the data from the ministries, do analytics, create secure ETL pipelines, come up with insights. Having said this, we also have come up with artificial intelligence. It's an AI-enabled tool, audit toolkit, wherein we have created an audit toolkit which is going to get the input as the images of the beneficiaries. Even a non-tech person will be able to use this particular audit toolkit, and the output that is going to give me is going to show me whether there are duplicate beneficiaries, ghost beneficiaries, etc. Now, one scheme alone, for example, Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. It's a PMGKY. So this intends to give free registration to all the
लाइव
courses
चल
of the
रहा
group.
है, लाइव चल रहा है।
This particular scheme, when any beneficiary
मुझे
is
भी
going to
मैं
register
तुमसे
himself
लिंक
or
मांग रहा हूँ
herself,
कि मुझे लिंक
has to
चाहिए,
give
मेरे
a
को सुनने के लिए
photograph
चाहिए
of
कि
him. A photograph is captured.
मुझे लिंक मिले
Now,
कि
80
ऑडियो
crore
क्या आ रहा है, नहीं आ रहा,
beneficiaries have
वीडियो
been
कैसे आ
registered
रही है,
across
मुझे
the
देखने के
scheme.
लिए।
And how do
यहाँ
audit
तो मेरा ऐसे हो गया,
verify this 80
लेकिन
crore
मेरे को वहाँ भी
beneficiaries
पता
whether
चलना
there
चाहिए
any
वहाँ पे कैसा
duplication
आ
or
रहा
not?
है।
So coming out of the traditional
यूट्यूब पे
method of
नहीं है क्या?
audit, the big data
या
analytics
यूट्यूब
is
पे
the
मैंने सारा
future,
सर्च कर
wherein we intend to get the entire data set from the government, store it in a secure manner, and do a comprehensive analysis. The OCR and NLP have been used extensively right now in order to automate a regular day-to-day process. We are also developing a sovereign large language model exclusively for the purpose of audit, which will be explained in brief by my colleague Professor Madhusudan here. We have also audited the procurement dataset using a priori machine learning algorithm and graph analysis. Usually, the traditional way of doing an audit is to select the units based on some risk parameter. Mostly, it is based on the expenditure a unit has incurred. Right now, what we do is we get the entire procurement dataset, do an analysis on that. We select the units based on the red flags raised upon the analysis. Late. And then the drones and computer vision. We have started utilizing a much more defined satellite image where we can use the high resolution images for audit analysis. We have done the volumetric analysis of mining releases, and right now, as a part of the 7 scheme databases, we have also use drones to capture all the clear hours used in the houses to see if they're actually being constructed. ISFP component I will not take much time. This is only a forum to give an assurance to all the
सारा
government
बंद है,
officers who are here.
सारा कुछ बंद कर रखा है मैंने, क्योंकि ये तो सब मेरा
ensure
आउटपुट का
that we
है,
are
इनपुट का मेरा
storing
सारा
the
बंद,
data
एक ही
in a
इनपुट
secure
ले रखा
manner.
है
We have installed the other data vault as per the as in compliance with the UIDA guidelines. This is to ensure that all the data, sensitive data, personal data, and other data
सब्जेक्ट क्या है, मैं
are
कब से ढूंढ
stored
रहा हूँ
in a very secure vault, and this is not going to
खुद
be
ऑडिट चेक करने के लिए,
accessible.
जिसका डिस्क्रिप्शन तो बताइए मुझे कि क्या
On the
है।
enabling infrastructure, I would say that we are intending to have a data
मैं
lake
उससे
house
खुद मांग रहा
wherein
हूँ,
we
इस पे
can
जो आप बोलोगे
get both the structure and unstructured data sets in order to do the analysis.
इसमें क्या कहते हैं,
We also have
इतने
a
लाइव चल
Center
रहे
for
हैं, सारे लाइव
Excellence
चल
on
रहे हैं,
Financial Audit recently being launched, which is going to house the best of the best infra for us, which is going to serve the GPU needs of our departments.
It has come only from the CAG office, OIOS, and a couple of other places, which has been approved, and it follows all the local policies, data government, privacy, and so on and so forth.
तो एक बार लिंक दे दो
That's
मैं चेक करता हूँ
the third component is the human capital. The capital has been local. Right? It has been MTech, students from IIT Madras, professionals from India, data scientists from India, artificial intelligence experts from India. So when we talk about human capital, I also talk about another component about currently about 800 officers, 700, 800 officers of the CAG are taking up a course in data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence, cyber security. And the idea is to train about 5,000 officers. The first model, whatever we are talking of, sovereign model, LLM of CAD, was built in IIT Madras and IIT Pravartak. The second model that we are focusing on will be built using 50% of students who have graduated, the officers who have graduated from CAG. That means the model is going to be built by officers of CAG, 50% of them. Then this is within 3 years, this will become 90%. Why? Because coding is today not difficult. Machines generate code. So today the question in LLMs or artificial intelligence is, what is the problem that you are trying to solve? That becomes very important. What is it you are trying to solve? And I'm not an auditor. I'm a computer scientist. So I cannot understand your problem. Today you tell me the problem and I try to solve it. What is the data required to solve the problem? You have the data, you have the tribal knowledge. As also, you have the tribal knowledge. The third is, right, what is the metric? How do you say the model is good? How is the model helping you? Right? I cannot give some accuracy metric or I cannot give some generic metric. The metric has to come from you. These three components become extremely critical. And we are trying to see that IIT Madras is focusing that maybe in 3 years, 90% of the AI applications should be built by the officers. Because coding is not important. The knowledge is important. Right? And when we are talking about it, right? Today we talk of an audit. What are the challenges? The biggest challenge is the volume of data that we have. And that is the biggest advantage and the disadvantage. Every country is trying to get our knowledge or get the data that we have, which is in a bounded box. If you are able to build it, half the battle is won. Point number one, right? And more importantly, when we talk about audit today, how is LLM going to help me? Yes, it is not about, LLM is not a magic wand which is going to solve the problem. We look at two components from the audit perspective. The LLMs that are being built works on two components. One is the exploitation. That means, I look at my previous desk release, try to understand what is it I should audit. Prepare my desk release, then take it, go for the audit. But more importantly, what LLMs are capable is exploration. Today, officer may have time, may not have time. Right? Today, I try to understand what my seniority has done or what my HOD tells me. I do not look at the breadth of it or the coverage of it. And that is where I feel LLMs can really help, other than the hype of LLMs. Right? This is what we are trying to do in CAG. Thank you, sir. Of course,
we have been acknowledging the fact that without technology, the audit process is not going to be as effective as it would be. And so we have gone on an entire huge dependence on incorporating technology AI in our business processes. And in order to successfully do it, we will not be able to do it alone. And so through this platform, we request extensive cooperation from the academia, industry partners, and other government officers. to successfully take CAG huge strides in terms of good governance and achieve the targets of this. In order to know what we are right now doing, I've got a
हम
this is a
सुन ही रहा
QR
हूँ
code.
यही डायरेक्ट सुन
This
रहा हूँ
contains the list of all the companies
शुरू
and
से
the
यही तो मांग
practices
रहा था
that
कि
we
कुछ
issued so
चाहिए
far.
दिक्कत आएगा हम आपको
एक नंबर and to know what we are doing henceforth, you may please like follow us. This is our social media handle. Thank you all for coming. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sujit and Professor Madhusudan for those insightful presentations. We now move to the panel discussion on use of AI in public audit. While the technical presentation outlined the institutional roadmap, this discussion will examine the broader dimensions of AI adoption in public audit, including data readiness, governance safeguards, infrastructure requirements, skill transformation, and responsible scaling. I am pleased to introduce our distinguished panel members, Dr. Sanjeev Kumar, Chief AI and Digital Officer, Wadhwani Foundation, Sri Naveen Singh, Principal Director, Office of the CAG, Shri Srinath Chakravarti, Senior Vice President, National Institute of Smart Governance, and Professor Agam Gupta, IIT Delhi. The discussion will be moderated by Ms. Priyanka Sharma, Partner, Public Finance and Digital Government, KPMG. May I request the panelists to kindly take their seats? And before starting the panel, we just have a photograph of the panel.
एक नंबर ऑनलाइन है यार
May I please request everyone to kindly stand for the photograph?
एक नंबर ऑनलाइन है इसको चक्कर फ्रेम जी दोनों सब क्लियर जा रहा है अब मास्टर फ्रेम से चलिए
Over to you, Mr.
एक नंबर छोड़िए बिलो सब जाने अब थोड़ा दिया आप ही लोग जाते भीतर है कौन आप एक नंबर कौन हाँ
Good afternoon, everyone. Discussion on use of AI in public audit. The two conversations before this panel have actually set the tone for this panel discussion. We have heard about the key initiatives that CAG is undertaking in the areas of AI in their own internal functions. I think through this panel discussion, we will try and get a more global perspective on how AI could be more effectively integrated into the functions of CAG. So just very quickly, because we have very little time left, we delve right into the panel discussion. I'll quickly introduce the panelists, starting with Dr. Sanjeev Kumar, Chief AI and Digital Officer at Wadhwani Foundation. Dr. Kumar is a technologist, researcher, and entrepreneur with extensive experience in building Gen AI and analytics-led solutions. We have Sri Naveen Singh, who is an officer of CAG. He's a principal director in commercial in CAG. He has experience in audit across many organizations and also global ones like UN Board of Auditors at New York, also coordinating audit of United Nations, UNICEF, and other such organizations. We have Professor Agam Gupta. He's an associate professor at IIT Delhi, and he's a key researcher in the areas of technology and technology interfacing the societal problems. We have Mr. Srinath Chakravarti, who is working as a senior VP with National Institute of Smart Government with more than 30 years of experience in technology advisory. So let's start the panel discussion. Dr. Sanjeev, my question to you is that we've seen in the earlier presentation all the initiatives that the CAG has started to undertake. And since you are also now engaging extensively with CAG. I wanted to get your views on their overall preparedness with respect to widespread institutional adoption, especially in the context of data quality and the completeness, especially as we know that CAG interfaces with other departments and ministries. So, what's your view around that?
Hello. Thank you. So India, given the CAG and given how vast and varied India is, the problem of data for CAG systems is in fact a very important big data problem, because both in terms of volume, veracity, and velocity, the three pillars on which big data lies, CAG has to, it is probably at the most complex ladder of big data problems. So, apart from what Sujit ji said about structured data, there is so much of unstructured information which is going to be processed, whether it be vouchers and PDF files and images, and given the language, where differences between states, etc. The problem is pretty complex, and it's increasingly getting more complex because maybe new types of data will get added, like speech and GIS and videos. So it's going to get more and more complex. Now, the idea of creating a data lake and then getting information out of the unstructured information which comes into the data lake is important, and we'll have to glean structured information from all these large volumes of unstructured information and create the relevant data marts for to support our AI initiatives. Now, the good thing is that there is a lot of government initiatives. For example, GSTN, the Centers of Excellence, and they have in fact done a lot of work in this to actually process this kind of information. So I don't think it is a very difficult problem. It might be a problem of reusing a lot of components which are already tested in different parts of in different projects, but it should be doable. I don't think there's an issue.
Thank you so much. So what we hear is that